Hello. Thank you for participating in our Stakeholders webinar series. The Greene County Planning and Zoning staff is beginning the process of changing our zoning ordinance. Staff has created this webinar series in-house instead of using an outside consultant because we want the zoning ordinance revisions to be a reflection of the local community. As property owners, business owners, and project developers, you have local knowledge and experience that is critical to developing a successful and realistic plan. Throughout the Comprehensive Plan and Ruckersville Small Area Plan meetings, the citizens have asked that the zoning focus change from a traditional approach of separating uses and structures to an approach that creates an interconnected, accessible community center that builds a sense of place. Staff has created this webinar series to show the existing conditions, the potential scope or area where the regulations will be implemented, and to share and receive ideas regarding how to create the desired sense of place. So why plan? Normally, we plan to either accomplish something, a goal, or to avoid or prevent something. Planning helps prepare for the desired future, identify priorities, and create policies and actions that lead us towards the desired future. In Virginia, all communities are required to develop a 20-year plan. This is called a comprehensive plan. In order for any plan to succeed, there must be tools that are used to take the required steps needed to create the desired outcome. When it comes to community planning, zoning regulations are one of the most important tools. Zoning ordinances encourage the development of the community in ways that help create the vision outlined in the comprehensive plan. Zoning also discourages development that doesn't fit with the community's goals or development that creates congestion, safety concerns, or overcrowding. Zoning has existed in some form since ancient Greece. Traditional zoning is named after the 1922 Supreme Court case and referred to as Euclidean zoning. Greene County first enacted zoning in 1975. Beginning in the 1980s, Greene began experiencing a high rate of annual growth. Greene's population increased from 7,625 in 1980 to 10,297 in 1990 and 15,244 by the year 2000. These photos show the development and resulting sprawl created during the 23-year growth period from 1994 to 2017. The Comprehensive Plan Land Use Plan prioritizes protecting the rural beauty existing in the county. The main strategy for future growth is to focus on creating higher density, specific growth areas that include a market-based mix of businesses and residences. The mixed-use residential and mixed-use village place types are the highest density growth areas and are centered in areas that include transportation corridors and other support infrastructure. The citizen groups participating in the Comprehensive Plan and the Ruckersville Small Area Plan identified the desire to have a planned community center that creates a sense of place in the Ruckersville corridor. In order to accomplish the goal of creating a sense of place, it was recommended that the county revise the zoning ordinance to help encourage the development of a mixed-use center that meets the goals identified in the county land use plan. There are many features that create a sense of place. Using community-specific features can create an integrated, connected place to work, live, and play. The current zoning ordinance practices traditional Euclidean zoning and separates each use and parcel independently, rather than focusing on how each part fits into an overall community plan. The next few slides show some of the existing conditions within the Ruckersville corridor. As you can see, a focus on the use and not the goals of the community plan results in many different possible outcomes. For example, these townhouses were built by different developers following the same zoning regulations. The location of the buildings, the building facades, the sidewalk, and landscaping create very different outcomes. The homes pictured here are the same land use, density, lot size, and landscaping, yet the way they relate to each other and the surrounding area creates a very different sense of place. This example shows how using specific community design elements can create very different results. This final example shows a multifamily development designed to meet technical requirements regarding density, building setbacks, landscaping berms, travel and turn lanes, and curb radii versus the same development designed to meet specific community placemaking goals. During the Comprehensive Plan and Ruckersville Small Area Plan public input sessions, much of the work towards code development has already been completed. Step 1 is to define the scope or area of focus. The comprehensive plan land use map identifies specific growth areas based upon community input, desired growth patterns, and required infrastructure. The Ruckersville Small Area Plan focuses on the growth areas that surround the 2933 intersection and the Route 29 corridor. The vision of the citizens of creating a sense of place with an identifiable town center has led staff to focus on the mixed-use residential and mixed-use village center areas shown in the land use map from the comprehensive plan. Because these areas are planned for higher density growth that is both residential and commercial, they are ideal for creating the type of integrated community center where Greene citizens can work, live, and play. The purpose of this webinar series is to receive input on how Greene can develop a community-based action plan to achieve the goals outlined in the comprehensive plan. We want your feedback. This list of questions is just a conversation starter. Please add any thoughts you may have. All input is welcome. Please use the following contact information to share your ideas. We cannot develop a successful community-based plan without your input. Thank you for taking time to participate. There are 2 more short webinars covering existing conditions and vision and creating regulations. Once the data is collected from the webinar responses and compiled, we will host public sessions to discuss the results and create a plan for revising the zoning regulations.